Hello everyone. Welcome to Automation Edge Academy. In this video, we'll discuss about the workflow scheduler and holiday calendar. We'll learn what is a workflow scheduler and how it helps us execute the workflows at a specified time automatically. Hey everyone, meet Amit, an IT operations engineer. Every night, his job is to manually trigger system backups and perform health checks before leaving for the day. It's a routine he follows carefully until one night something happens. Can anyone guess what might happen if Amit forgets to trigger that backup? Exactly. The next morning, the team comes in and the system is down. The backup didn't run, recovery takes hours, and productivity takes a hit. All because of a simple human slip. Sounds like a nightmare, right? But don't worry, every story needs a hero. And in this one, our hero is Automation Edge's workflow scheduler. It steps in right on time, taking over those nightly backups and health checks automatically, reliably, and without Amit lifting a finger. So, what is the scheduler? Simply put, it allows you to schedule workflow executions at specified times automatically. You set it up once, and the system takes care of the rest even when you're away from your desk. Now, let's jump right in and start by creating a new schedule. Alright, let's get hands-on. Let's log in to the Automation Edge T3 server. Under the workflow menu, you'll find the scheduler sub-menu. Click on it, and here we are on the scheduler page. You can see a list of schedules that are already set up. To create a new one, click the Add New button in the top right corner. As you can see, there are two main sections here, Workflow Details and Schedule Details. Let's start with Workflow Details. Here, select the workflow you want to schedule. You can search by name, handy when you have a long list. Next, enter values for any runtime parameters defined in the workflow, such as credentials, product keys, or input files. For this demo, let's select the voter data workflow. As a general rule, we avoid scheduling workflows that have runtime parameters, since those values typically need to change with each run. This workflow doesn't have any, so we're good to go. Now let's move on to schedule details. This is where we decide when and how often the workflow will run. Give it a name and a short description. Think of it like naming an alarm on your phone. I'll name it voter data _ schedule, clear and easy to identify later. If you want the workflow to run indefinitely with no end date, check run schedule infinitely. We'll leave that unchecked for now. We'll come back to skip if ongoing in a moment. Next, select the time zone. This determines when your workflow runs, so make sure it matches your setup. By default, it picks up your browser's time zone. We'll keep that. Just keep in mind, once a schedule is created, the time zone can't be changed. Next is holiday calendar. Use this if you want workflows to automatically skip on holidays. We'll come back to this once we've set up our own calendar. Now set your start date and end date. Let's set the start date as 21st May and the end date as 21st May. Now, an important one, schedule type. Your options are daily, weekly, monthly, or custom. If you pick weekly, a list of weekdays appears so you can choose which days it runs. If you pick monthly, you can select specific dates or even multiple months if needed. We will select the daily option. We'll cover the custom option, cron expressions shortly. Next, set the schedule execution time. This is when the workflow kicks off. Check repeat every if you want it to repeat at regular intervals, say every hour or every 15 minutes. Then set an end time to control when the repetition stops. Once everything looks good, click submit. Your schedule is now created and visible on the scheduler page. Quick question. Can you schedule an assisted workflow that requires manual input? The answer is no. Only unattended workflows can be scheduled. As you can see, the scheduler has run successfully and the workflow request is now visible on the requests page. Automation Edge took care of the execution automatically. Every night, Amit's backup workflow runs at 11 PM sharp. But one night, the workflow takes longer than usual. Now it's 11 PM again and the next schedule is ready to start. Amit thinks, oh no, the previous backup is still running. If the new one starts now, it might overload the system. That's when the scheduler steps in with the skip if ongoing option. If a workflow is still running, Automation Edge automatically skips the next run, preventing duplicate executions and reducing system load. But what if that skipped backup was important? That's where execute last skipped schedule comes in. Once the system is free, Automation Edge automatically runs the last skip workflow, so nothing gets permanently missed. So remember, a skip if ongoing prevents overlapping workflows. Execute last skip schedule makes sure nothing gets left behind. Together, they keep your automations running smoothly. You can also set your schedule type as custom and define your own timing using a cron expression. A cron expression is a powerful way to set up repeating time patterns. Think of it as your personal time planner for workflows. For example, run every 5 minutes or run at midnight on the first day of every month. With cron expressions, you get precision and full control. Now, let's move to the T3 server. Here you can see all your schedules neatly organized with key details for each one. Schedule description, a quick summary. Workflow name, which workflow it's linked to, created by the user who set it up. Time zone, the schedule's time zone. Start and end dates, when it begins and ends. Status toggle, activate or deactivate schedules instantly. In the actions column, you have several options. Edit, update any schedule details. Delete, remove a schedule. Remember to deactivate it first before deleting. View upcoming fires. See exactly when this schedule will run next. Handy for planning. Show more. Load additional schedules if you have a long list. Search, find schedules quickly using simple or advanced search. With these options, you can track, update, and manage all your schedules in one place. Let's click edit on the voter data _ schedule. Select skip if ongoing and execute last skipped schedule. Then click submit. Sometimes you may need to transfer schedule ownership. For example, when a user leaves the team or changes roles. Keep in mind, only admins can do this. Go to Workflows, gives transfer schedule. Select the current owner, then the new user. The target user must have write access to the workflows linked to those schedules. Pick the schedules you want to transfer and click transfer. Ownership moves to the new user without any disruption. Finally, bulk actions, a real-time saver when you need to enable or disable multiple schedules at once, like during maintenance or holidays. Go to Workflows, gives scheduler, gives bulk action, choose enable or disable, select your schedules, and click the relevant button. Much faster than managing each one individually. And that's how you keep everything organized with transfers and bulk actions. After setting up his schedule, Amit thinks, what about weekends and holidays? I don't want test or patch jobs running when no one's around. That's where the holiday calendar comes in. Amit configures holidays and weekly offs so that non-critical workflows like testing or patching automatically pause on those days. At the same time, essential workflows like backups and monitoring keep running without interruption. With the holiday calendar, the right workflows run at the right time, even during long weekends. Smart and flexible scheduling. Let's see how to set it up. From the main menu, go to Workflows, gives holiday calendar. Here you'll see existing calendars. Let's add a new one. Click Add New and a dialog box opens. Fill in the details. Name, for example, India Holidays 2025. Description, for example, National and Regional Holidays. Year, the year this calendar covers. Time zone, choose the correct time zone. Next, add your weekly off days, say Saturday and Sunday. Schedules linked to this calendar will automatically skip those days every week. Under holidays, add specific dates to skip. Click Add Holiday, pick a date and give it a label like Independence Day or Christmas. Click Submit. Your calendar is saved and visible on the holiday calendar page. From the action column, you can modify, edit an existing calendar, renew, extend it for the next year, copy, duplicate, and rename for a new year. Delete, remove a calendar you no longer need. For example, when 2024 ends, just click renew and your 2025 calendar is ready with the same holidays carried over. That's all it takes to set up a holiday calendar, a small effort that saves a lot of headaches down the line. In short, Automation Edge helps your automation take a break when you do. Now let's link the holiday calendar to our scheduler, so workflows automatically skip the holidays and weekly offs we've defined. Head back to Workflows, give scheduler and click the edit icon for voter data _ schedule. In the schedule details, find the holiday calendar dropdown and select the one we just created, India Holidays 2025. Click Save. The schedule is now linked to the holiday calendar. Together, they ensure your workflows run on time, but never when you are on leave. Go ahead, try creating your own scheduler and link it with a holiday calendar. See how effortlessly Automation Edge keeps everything running. Remember, when you master your schedule, you truly master your destiny. See you in the next video. Visit our Automation Edge community for any queries. Thank you for watching. Keep learning, keep exploring, and happy automating.